All right, folks, we're just about to kick off demo number two of demo day number two with a Aplusify. A couple of things I want to remind you of. The videos will be uploaded to the Matchbox platform. It usually takes a couple of days, but then they're there for 90 days. So if you've got some colleagues that you want to come see some specific demos, you can certainly invite them back. I know there's been a couple of associations that have done watch parties for their organization because everybody can't obviously be at the demo day. So make sure that you realize that you have that at your disposal. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce Niraj and Nicole from Aplusify. Turn it over to them. And guys, I'll be off camera and voice unless you need me, okay? Have a great demo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Nicole Adair. I'm actually from Salesforce and partner with Aplusify to bring solutions to association organizations like yours. And I'll let Niraj introduce himself.
Sure. Thank you, Nicole. So I would say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone, depending on which part of the world you have joined this demo session. I am Neeraj Garg, and I am the Global Chief Operating Officer at Aplusify. At Aplusify, I lead a team of around 300 Salesforce enthusiasts who support clients globally for all their implementation and support needs.
Thank you.
So just kicking off this session, Nicole, I just want to start by introducing problem area and how we are going to resolve it. So as you know, in this digital world, right, where we are leaving our digital footprints several times in a day, it becomes important for the organizations or the associations to collect this data and then organize it in a fashion so that they can understand their customers or members better. Now, since this data is spread across various silo systems, as you know, right, there are different technology platforms within an organization or a landscape. I think it's important to find a solution that ties up all these silos and maybe give business some intelligent insights so that they can actually take better decisions. So
wonderful.
So I would request maybe if you can demo us on maybe how Salesforce can provide an integrated solutions that can help association connect these dots and engage their members better, maybe for an enriched member and customer experience.
Thank you. Yes. So at Salesforce, so we're talking about the Salesforce platform, and we work with partners like Aplusify to bring this to life for your organization. And I should say, while I'm speaking, Niraj will be watching the chat. So if you have questions, please put them in there. And he'll call any out that need to be answered live. But when we look at the connected member experience for your organizations, this is really what we're hearing from Salesforce customers who are doing this work. These are their priorities on the left, and it's very much what Niraj was just saying. How do you bring all of your data and all of the information that you have about your members into one place so that you can create good experiences for them, great engagement experiences for your members? And so we hear about these priorities of providing that seamless experience, connecting disparate sources, creating efficiencies for your staff. So think of all the things that you're doing manually that could be automated or done in a much more efficient way. And then we really see these as opportunities. So what you'll see in the middle is what we call the customer 360 or the member 360. Sorry, my dog's going crazy. And you'll see a lot of our clouds here, which I'm going to get into in a moment, are really solving and providing these opportunities for your organization on the right. So Salesforce is a modern, secure platform used by Fortune 100 companies across the world. We have an open API where we can integrate with all of the different products. So if you have a product you love, you can keep that and integrate that and pull that data into Salesforce. We pride ourselves on being pretty advanced in automation and intelligence, and AI, as these things are coming to changing every day and getting better every day. And we're trying to stay on top of that as a company. So now I'll dive into the way Aplusify looks at membership organizations. And The Salesforce platform gives you the ability, and we have several different what we call clouds that have different purposes for your organization. And so I won't go through all of these, and I'm going to demo a few of these. But marketing automation we see as a really key one for membership organizations as you're thinking about how you engage your members in a very personalized and relevant way. This includes a suite of products that provide different functions, whether it's personalization, intelligence, analytics, and I'll show you a little bit of what that looks like. Experience Cloud, if we go to the right, really provides, what that does is it takes data from your CRM and information from your CRM, and it exposes it to the public. And so it's a portal website for your members to log into if you choose that, and gives them a personalized experience based on the way that they're engaging with your organization. It can also expose their membership history, things that you're storing in your CRM that you want your members to have access to and potentially edit if you want to give them permissions to update their address or join a new group or different things like that. And I'm going to show you a little bit about what that looks like as well. So going across, you have the ability to embed e-commerce and payment platforms into Experience Cloud. So obviously people can sign up for memberships, join your events, pay for classes, etc. We have a whole suite of external, as I said, products that can integrate with Salesforce, such as what you see here, Form Assembly, Form Stack. Below that, learning management systems. Aplusify uses Maple LMS for this, and as well as events and meetings. You'll see the Event Tech Hub, Eva in the middle, that all of these are Salesforce ready to integrate and extend the power of the Salesforce platform for your members. Jumping up to the very middle here, and I'll orient you a little bit. Whoops, let me go back. Is Sales Cloud. So Sales Cloud is the heart of where Salesforce started. This is the constituent relationship management system that stores all of your member data, manages your member subscriptions, and accounting functions as well. On the right-hand side, and I'll show you this as well, as Nonprofit Cloud, and that is purpose-built for nonprofits. So similar to Sales Cloud, has a lot of the same functionality, but purpose-built for nonprofits. And I'll show you a little bit about the difference there. And then, of course, on the bottom right, analytics. So very important in running your business. And Tableau is our analytics platform that can really supercharge the way that you take that to inform your strategy.
Yeah, I think so. This is a beautiful landscape, and in our experience with our customers, Nicole, we tell the same thing, right? Where Salesforce is actually sitting at the center, and then we have all these marketing automation. Then you talked about the Experience Cloud, then the learning management system, the form assembly, donations and pledges. I think this is something that every association needs. But since we are talking about silos, so how do you think that Salesforce just unifies these bits and come up with a unified solution in terms of all these different silo systems?
Yeah, so that's the beauty of that, is that Salesforce can be sort of your database of record, right? So we think of it kind of as a hub and spoke. So you have the hub, which is your CRM, which is doing a lot of the functionality that you're used to in a traditional AMS. That's where you're seeing the view of your constituents, and it's pulling all of the data from these spoke systems so that you get that full 360 view of your members in one place, where anybody on your staff can log in and see all of the information, whether it be events, whether it's their donations that they've made, classes that they've taken, accreditation details. So Salesforce really prides itself on having the ability to translate all of that into really meaningful information in one place, so that you can all see the same thing or different things if you want, depending on your role, but it's all there available for you.
Yeah, I think that's good. And maybe if you can touch base about these systems individually and how do they actually club together to merge
Yeah,
into one system and a solution, right? That would actually give a good amount of knowledge to everyone present here on how they can actually club all these systems together in one unified solution.
wonderful. Yes. Let me start with, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Let me start with Marketing Cloud. So we see with membership organizations, this is one place that they tend to start with Salesforce. If you are looking to sort of dip your toe in or start with something, maybe you want to keep your current AMS, but you want to start really expanding your ability to engage your members in a more relevant way. Marketing Cloud is our automation platform, marketing automation. And this really gives you the ability to communicate with your members across different channels, manage campaigns, segment your donors in ways that are really meaningful for your organization. And of course, we have AI built into this so that you have the ability to do things smarter and make that easier for your teams. So let me give you a quick look at what this looks like. We don't have a ton of time for each of these, but I just wanted to do a quick overview for you. So this is what Marketing Cloud looks like. This is what an administrator would see, for example. And if I jump in, you can see we have a calendar of all of our messages that are scheduled to go. You can see here on the right-hand side or the left-hand side, sorry, we've got mobile ability. So you can be tracking all of that, all those channels in one place on this calendar. And then obviously we have campaigns, right? So you can track all of your campaigns here, keep their status updated, all of those things. So you get a one stop where you can see all of that engagement that's happening with your members. If I jump into, actually, let me jump into one of these. So we have our journey builder, which is kind of the bread and butter here of Marketing Cloud. And what this does is give you the ability to sort of set a journey for your members and give them different paths to go on depending on their behavior. So you can see, for example, right here, if they click this fundraising email, they're going to take one path. And if they don't, they're going to go down another path. And so this is really giving you the ability to create a whole journey for your members. And some people say set it and forget it. I don't want you to forget it. I want you to watch it and see what's happening and tweak the journey as you need to, depending on how your members are engaging with it. But it really gives you the ability to automate a lot of that so that you're not sitting there segmenting every day, sending out different emails to different audiences. It gives you the ability to sort of put them on a journey and watch their behavior and track their behavior. And the only other thing I'll show you here, if I go back to the home page, we have our content builder. So this comes with lots of templates that you can use to build beautiful emails in a WYSIWYG environment. And this is just touching on the very minimum of what Marketing Cloud can do, but hopefully that just gives you an idea of the power of this marketing platform for your member engagement. Let me go back. And now I will move on. Niraj, anything you wanted to add there?
No, I think that's good. I think we talk a lot about AI these days, right? That is the buzzword around. And if you attend Dreamforce or you talk about Salesforce, I think one thing that they stress is upon AI. And so what do you think in terms of AI, the associations should be using in terms of improving their performance in terms of sales and marketing or increasing their member experience?
Yeah. So we have some good examples of folks. Probably the best use case I've seen is people using our prediction builder. So it's called Einstein Prediction Builder. And they can use it for things like identifying the characteristics of a member who is most likely to lapse. So they can maybe identify, a list of members based on their, lack of engagement or the fact that they, usually renew a month before and haven't renewed yet. So it will take all of that data and identify those donors who are about to lapse so that your organization can target those and engage them before that happens. So that's just one really tangible example of how that works. So we have, prediction capability, of course, and then generative capability as well to get folks started on kind of solving that blank page problem for an email or, a sales email or a membership renewal that you want some fresh content. You can use generative AI, obviously, within the platform to generate that and get you started.
Yeah, that's great.
All right. I'm going to move on to Experience Cloud. So as I said, this is really, think of it as a website that is exposing some of your CRM to folks that you want to expose it to. So obviously you have ultimate control over that. That we talk about self-service, where your members can come in and change information, give you information, upload documents, that kind of thing. We have obviously automation and bots here that you can use as well if that's part of what you want to enable for your members. And you'll see we have just an example of a run club here on the right-hand side. I'm going to show you just a portal that we have in our demo environment. So let me jump to that. And I'm going to apologize in advance. This green border, they updated something in my demo instance and it added this green border and I cannot get rid of it. And I don't know why, but pardon that. It's a little bright this early in the morning for me. But this just gives you an example of what this can look like. So here I'm logged in as a constituent or a member, in this case, maybe a supporter of an organization. And you can see this is just presenting very specific things about what's happening in your organization. So it's personalized to me. Today Today I'm logged in as Rachel, and it will surface up specific things that it thinks I'm interested in as Rachel. So you can see you can offer different points for people to jump in. In this case, these are volunteer shifts. This could be events, this could be trainings, this could be articles that are trending within your organization. And then you also have the ability to manage groups. So if we look at this is just an example of maybe these are specific regional groups within your constituency. I'll jump into donors and you can see we can manage a group. People can post within a group. They can engage with each other. And this just gives you a nice place for people to engage with each other and to engage with your organization. So they can post questions to your organization. You can moderate these. And these could be any kind of group that that makes sense for your organization. Let me jump back and just show you, additionally, you can gamify this platform. So Experience Cloud has the ability to provide gamification. If that's something that you think would resonate with your members, you can see on the right-hand side over here, we have people who have different points. You can give them recognition badges. So you can make this really fun and engaging for your membership. So that is a very, very quick taste of Experience Cloud. And let me jump back. Anything else you want to say about that, Niraj?
Yeah, I have a question in the chat box. If you permit me, I can just ask this. It's from Mark, and he's asking, can you provide some insights into the scalability of Salesforce for associations, especially for those that are expecting to grow in the future?
Yes. So that is the beauty of the Salesforce platform, is that it really is scalable. So you can start very small if you want to. You could start with one of these components that we're talking about and then add on other pieces. So it's really, people use a Lego block analogy. I don't know if that's the best one, but you can start with sort of a foundation and then you can add things on top of it. And so that's one way to scale, is to add additional functionality. But our partners like Aplusify and others can help you think through sort of long-term how you want to grow into a product. So maybe you're starting with multiple products, but you want to start with one group within, maybe it's the membership group within your association. And then you want to sort of scale your user base so that more folks are using the platform for different purposes in your organization. So there's lots of ways to think about that. But that is really the beauty of the Salesforce platform, is it's completely scalable based on the needs of your organization. So we serve, both for-profit and nonprofit organizations. We have, many of the companies you've heard of that are using this sort of trusted, secure, and scalable platform for their organizations. Hopefully that answered the question.
I think so. I think Mark will be able to tell better, but he says thank you. Yes, that answers the question.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah. Good question. So I'm going to talk briefly about Sales Cloud. I think this is, this is the base kind of, as I said at the beginning, this is where Salesforce started, is really tracking that constituent engagement, member engagement. This is where you can see that 360 view of your member, and I'm going to jump into one and show you in just a minute. You can see here at the top, we do a customer success survey every year, and people say they have a 29% increase in productivity in using our CRM system. That is, that translates for lots of different organizations, nonprofits as well. And this really gives you the ability to be efficient, obviously. So if you think about 29% increase in productivity, what does that mean for your team? What could you do with almost 30% more of your time? I'm not going to show you Sales Cloud because I'm going to talk a little bit about Nonprofit Cloud, which is basically the same idea, right? So we've built this for nonprofits specifically, and you'll see we have some, at the top here, we have specific modules that are meant for nonprofits. And I'm going to show you what a constituent record or a member or a record or a donor, depending on your organization, looks like in Nonprofit Cloud. But you can see we have the ability to, add on Marketing Cloud here, or Slack on the left-hand side, as well as our analytics and other platforms within the Salesforce ecosystem. If you have this statistic in the upper right that we haven't talked about, 27% just decrease, I can't talk, in service and support cases. So I know many membership organizations may have a call center, or maybe it's just one person who is answering those membership inquiries. We can make that easier and more streamlined with automation and other tools to make that quicker and more efficient for your teams. So I know we're getting tight on time. I'm going to jump into Nonprofit Cloud here. So this is just an example of a constituent record. So I just wanted to show you, modern user interface, the ability to track lots of different information about your constituents. So here we can see, fundraising activity that Alex Garcia has had with our organization. We can see alerts at the top of the screen. We have our quick actions right here. So if there's something that's, these are specific maybe for this organization, you can customize all of this so that it's specific for your business use cases. So maybe right here, you want the ability to, create an activity for somebody else in your team to follow up on. You have that ability right here. And Aplusify, working with you, can help you think through what those things should be to be most efficient and give your team the best chance at good performance. You can create action plans to follow up with folks. So we have a major gift cultivation as an example. This could be a membership stewardship action plan. This could be, a renewing member plan where you want to make sure you're calling them, you're sending them that email journey. And then here we have relationships that Alex has within our organization. So this might be important for your members. You can not only track their relationships to people, but potentially, which organization are they with? who are their friends, who are their fellow members that might be influential on their membership, as well as anything else you want to track in sort of this visual way. Quickly, I will look at the constituent details where you can track all of the specific information about your members. Anything that you want to track, these fields are customizable depending on what you want to see here on the page. And then I will stop on the right-hand side really quick and just track any activities that you have with your members or donors or whoever it may be, partners, so that anybody who's logging in here can see the latest and greatest that's happened with your member, Alex, so that they can jump in and pick up where you left off. Maybe she calls in and you're out that day, you're maybe her member engagement manager, and you can pick up where anybody else left off. So you really can work as a team more efficiently with your members using this platform. I'm going to stop demoing there and go back to our presentation. We want to make sure we have time for any additional questions. Niraj, are we seeing any there?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of questions, right? So I've tried to summarize, right, and see if we can answer a lot of people. So one of the popular questions that I have got is a lot of people like Nick, Mark, they are asking like, how can associations get started with implementing Salesforce for system unification? And what are the initial steps involved? Do they look for partners or do they need to evaluate something else? So how do they get started on it?
There's a few different ways. I would say the best way is to reach out to a Salesforce partner like Aplusify. They can help you start to think through which of the different clouds or functions that you might need. You can also reach out to Salesforce. My whole job is working with customers like you to identify what are the kind of challenges or opportunities that you have in your organization, and how can we take our technology to really serve you and your members in the most efficient, cost-effective, and sustainable way. So you can reach out to us or a partner like Aplusify, and you can reach out to me on LinkedIn if you want to take my name and search for me. I'm happy to engage that way. I don't know if we share our emails with this, Reggie, but I'm happy to take emails as well if you want to reach out to Niraj or myself to get started.
Yeah, I think we just have time for one more question.
Yep.
One of the people, the audience is asking, like, can we use non-profit cloud to manage all of our subscriptions, or would we need to purchase an AMS like Fontiva or Nimble? What do you suggest?
You can use nonprofit cloud. It doesn't come out of the box with a subscription service, but that is the beauty of the Salesforce platform. You really can do almost anything on there. And so Aplusify, for example, can work with our customers, our membership organizations, to build that out using nonprofit cloud or sales cloud or any of these other pieces that we've shown you to really manage your membership.
Yeah, and I think just one more question, right? If we can answer that. What do you think are the best practices the associations or organizations should follow if they are looking to integrate these silo systems and maybe come up with a unified Salesforce solution as you were suggesting? What are the two best practices you would suggest?
The first thing I would do is identify within your teams, what are the business processes that you need technology to help you do better? So is that your membership join process? Is that your renewal process? Is that your membership services for people calling in? What are all of those processes that you feel like technology could make easier and more efficient for you? And that will help you uncover what are the pain points people are experiencing in those processes and where can technology help? So I always recommend people think about their processes and then start cleaning up their data, because data is like the most important asset you have, right? Especially as a membership organization. So keeping that data clean and making sure that that's very clean before you start integrating different systems is really important.
Yeah. I'll double down on this, the business process thing. One of the issues I think that we have as an industry, Nicole, is that most of us don't have our business processes documented. And at some point, I think we're going to do a session, an ASAE session on documenting business processes and the tools that you can use to do that.
That's awesome.
So in the chat, folks, if you'd be interested in seeing a session on business process documentation, say yes, and I'll know how much interest we have in that. But I think that's one of the things when we start to put together requirements documents, we don't know where to start.
Yeah.
You know, we put everything in there as opposed to some prioritized list of business processes. Okay,
that's great.
There is some interest there.
Oh, good. That's awesome. That's an amazing idea. Yeah, it's hard to do, but once you start, you get the hang of it, and it gets pretty exciting because you could start to see potential. So that's it for us, I think.
There's tools out there to do it with, so good.
Yeah.
Nicole and Niraj, thank you so much for a great demo and for sparking a new idea of a session for us as well. So
awesome. Thanks, y'all.
That's good.
Good to see you guys.
Have a great one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you all. Bye-bye.